Hi, I'm Lam. Welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to my new apartment, new hair, new palette. I know, I'm not playing. Brand new apartment. We, as you can see, are still moving in. Everything is still kind of everywhere, but I have my beauty station and that's all I need. Talking about high maintenance. Today we're talking about the brand new Natasha Denona Zendo eyeshadow palette. I got this palette in the mail last week and I was very impatient to be able to film because I didn't get my setting situation figured out yet, but here we are today. We're focusing more on the swatches and comparison with other palettes in my collection, so you will be able to figure out if this palette is for you and if you need this palette or not, because if you're someone like me, you probably already have 1001 other palettes lying around your house already. That's another issue that we will have to talk in another video. But today we're going to do a lot of comparisons, so buckle up. It's gonna be a long one. This is very stunning, so I wanted to do a little bit of a reddish look, but in a separate video I'm going to do 3 more different looks and we're going to do an in-depth review then where I'll spill the tea on the final thoughts of this Zendo eyeshadow palette. Today, as I said, is more of a first impression and swatches in comparison, but we still have a bonus demo coming up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel and you like my videos, please don't forget to click subscribe, click the bell notification button so you'll be able to be notified whenever I post my weekly videos. Follow my social media, links will be in the description box down below. With that all out of the way, as usual, let's get right into the video. This is Natasha Denona's medium-sized palette. She has bigger ones for like $129 and she has smaller ones for $25. This is the middle ground and this is $65 for 15 eyeshadows. Each pan is 0.65 ounces. So it's a decent amount of product, and as usual in the back here you have holes so you can poke the shadows out and they are interchangeable. This is the Glam palette right here. Is the exact same concept, the same size. We're going to compare it to Glam, Natasha Denona, of course bronze. Packaging is kind of similar, if you know what I mean. And then, surprisingly, when I first opened this Zendo palette, it reminds me a lot of the Urban Decay Born to Run. If I can ever open it with one hand, never mind. When this first came out, it was hyped up a lot because you can see why. It has all the shades you ever need. It's called Born to Run, so you technically can take this all over the world and you will be able to create all the looks you need. I said this on my Instagram, so if you haven't followed me on Instagram, make sure you follow me, but I was like, what? I have to do a comparison video. So we're going to focus on these two palettes a lot today. Let's do some more information, So this is a warm tone palette inspired by the mini Zendo with hues of pink, brown, coral, and peach with pops of turquoise. It is free of parabens and phthalate. It is also cruelty-free. These palettes provide maximum color payoff with minimal effort, ensuring pro-level results. It allows seamless blending to achieve vibrant, and neutral, long-lasting looks with a range of shades that allow you to create natural everyday looks and the most dramatic evening glam. I have tried a lot of eyeshadow palettes from Natasha Denona and Natasha Denona doesn't disappoint you guys, so I come into this palette with high expectation. When I see something this colorful, usually I wouldn't have bought it because I am not someone who wears colorful eyeshadow looks a lot. I am more into neutral, bronzy, a little bit smoky eyes here and there, but like green blues and red, not really my comfort zone. But I'm trying to escape that comfort zone because I want to be able to create more fun looks and I want to be a professional YouTuber. I think let's first show you how I create this beautiful reddish kind of a look that matches well with my shirt and then we will do some swatching and comparison, okay? Let's go. Alright, let's swatch this stunning palette from left to right, top row to bottom row as usual. The first shade is Mindful, Luster. Third shade is Balance, Flow, Mantra, Aura. This is the second row now. Vigor. Oh my god, stunning red. Relief. Beautiful coral. Equilibrium. I love this name. And then we have Breathe. Look at that pigmentation. Sense. Tranquil. Calm. Yama. And finally, Zeal. This is probably the most colorful eyeshadow palette I have ever owned. Look at all of that pigmentation. Now let's do a little bit of a reddish queen kind of eye look. First, I'm getting Vigor on a packing brush, and I was gonna pack it all over my eyelid, but this is not the best brush, so finally I just pack it on using a dense brush, and then I blend it out using a clean brush to have a little bit of a fade, and then just get any kind of black gel liner you can and do a little bit of a wing but extend it out a little bit. And then I'm getting the shade Zeal to do a little bit of an under lash line moment, and then blended it out with the shade Vigor just to match it with the upper lash line and create a more seamless look. And then I'm taking the shade Tranquil and I'm putting that on my inner corner and the first half of the lower lash line just to highlight. And curl your lashes, put on your best mascara ever. Now I'm using the Nude Romance lipstick from Charlotte Tilbury to finish this look. And voila! Look at this stunning, beautiful look. Oh my gosh. I am in love. It's like intense but also soft at the same time. It's very hard to explain, but I love it. Now that we get all of that out of the way, let's go to the most fun part of this video, the comparison. First of all, let's do bronze, because bronze is like the classic. Probably everyone has it by now. I can see a few shades that are a little bit similar, so we're going to compare those. Oh, there's another thing that I like about the Zendo. Zendo is supposed to be like inspired by the balance, the perfect balance between human architecture, is that how you say it? And nature. And then we have Miss Glam, very, very far off. You can totally see how neutral and cool tone and smoky the Glam palette is compared to the new Zendo palette. So we're not going to compare the Zendo with the Glam at all. I don't see the point in doing that. And also I have here Born to Run. Of course there's some bluish green here. There are also some peaches, oranges. So we're going to compare the similar shades. So basically what I'm gonna do is, per usual, I'm gonna pull out the shades from the Zendo palette and then the equivalent shade or the similar ones from the other palette. And in this case, these two. First, I'm going to take Luster, Alloy, and True Bronze. They all have kind of like a gold undertone, so I think they're gonna be pretty similar. Luster, Alloy from Bronze, and True Bronze from the Bronze palette. Now that I've swatched them, not really. Actually, these two are more similar to one another. Luster is much more lighter and more gold, while these two are more bronzy. Very, very on theme with the Bronze palette. This matte transition shade, balance. It's a beigey kind of brown with a little bit kind of like a yellowish tint. Suntan and beach. Zendo, suntan from bronze, and then beach. Now we have something very, very similar. They're still different from one another. There is still a little bit of a difference, but it's very, very minimal. These two I would definitely say are dupes for one another. Yama Palladium. Yama Palladium. Ooh, Yama is a very, very cool shade. I don't know if it can pick up on camera. It's a shimmery pink, but it has like these green flecks of glitter in it, and it's totally different from Palladium. Palladium is more of a pink, kind of like purplish bronze. This is much lighter also. Well, in the pan, they look kind of similar. That is all from the bronze palette. Now let's move on to the main attraction, the Born to Run. Again, let's do balance. It's like butter when I touch it. And we're going to swatch it next to Riff from Born to Run. Immediately when I touch Born to Run eyeshadow, it's not as creamy, but I don't know if it's because Zendo is a newer palette while I have the Born to Run for like almost 2.5 years now. Zendo, very creamy again when I swatch, and Born to Run. Still similar, but they're not dupes. The Zendo palette has a little bit more depth. I'm going to do Mantra, which is this forest green. It's a cream to powder formula, which I have some mixed experience with. Sometimes they're easy to use, sometimes they're not. So I haven't used this shade on my eyelids, but the swatches are beautiful. Wanderlust. Wanderlust from Born to Run is a shimmer, while the Mantra shade from the new Zendo palette is a cream to powder. So essentially it's a creamy matte at the end. So this is Zendo right here, very creamy. You can see it goes a long way. And let's see if this one can catch up. Yeah, pretty nice. Beautiful shimmer from the Born to Run, to be honest. But yeah, they're not the same. Let me try to build up the Wanderlust to see if it has more depth when I do that. A little bit, but again, they are not the same, although they would go very, very well together. It's gonna be a stunning look. Aura right here, the coral shade might look similar to Baja from Born to Run, but not really, because Baja is very, very electric, kind of an orange, and it's also a matte. While Aura is shimmer. Relief right here, Still Shot. Natasha Denona is more creamy when I touch it. But that doesn't mean much. I just want to tell you how it is. This is Zendo and this is Born to Run. Again, like this case, they're very similar, but the one from the Zendo palette is just a little bit deeper compared to the shade in the Born to Run. Let me try to build up Born to Run. Maybe it's going to be similar. Yeah, now it's a little bit closer. But still, this one from the Zendo palette is a little bit more coral, while this one is a more peachy pink. I'm going to do Equilibrium, which is this teal. Is that a teal or a turquoise? Radio. So this is Zendo. And this is Born to Run. Oh my god, Born to Run this time is like more intense. Again, similar, very similar, but not a dupe. The one from Zendo is a little bit more blue, and the one from Born to Run is more green, I guess, more turquoise, and it's brighter and it's more poppy. And this one is a little bit more smoky and toned down and like grungy. I think that's a good way to describe the Equilibrium shade. Scents from Zendo, metallic, bronzy, pinky shade, Double Life. So this is Zendo, this is Double Life. Just not the same, but they're actually both very creamy and very beautiful, and they would go great together. Once again, these two palettes are stunning together. Finally, I just want to compare this beautiful vigor to another palette that has a beautiful red that I've been loving, and this is the Marc Jacobs 740 Scandalust eyeshadow palette. This one in here is more of a pink, but I just want to compare them, okay? Zendo. Oh my god, I love this shade so much. It feels like it's a cream to powder to me, and this is Scandalust from Marc Jacobs. Vigor from Zendo is a warm tone red and very intense, and this one is more of a pinkish red. I wouldn't even call it a red, it's probably a dark pink. So that was a ton of comparison between Natasha Denona palette and Born to Run, Urban Decay to the Zendo eyeshadow palette, and I have to say that the Zendo and the Born to Run are very, very similar in some ways. They are not exact dupes, and they can work very well together. The formulas, of course, two different brands, very different. The Born to Run palette, I don't even know if they still sell this palette, but this is beautiful and I haven't used it much. I have to pull it out more often. The Born to Run goes a little bit of a different direction as well. You have a very bright orange, you have some intense pinks, and you have some intense green and a blue, dark purple here that the Zendo doesn't have to offer. So Born to Run regardless is still a wonderful palette to have. If you want me to do an in-depth review and swatches of this palette, let me know in the comment section, but today is about Zendo. Okay, final thoughts. I'm almost done, I promise. At first, when you lay on the shadow, it's very intense, but as you can see, I was able to blend it out and make it softer, as soft as I wanted it to be. Tranquil shade, which is on my inner corner and a little bit on my lower lash line, and it's not a super metallic shade, but it's shimmery, it's brightening, and it's pretty, and it goes well with the theme of this palette. From swatching it, I think this palette has a decent depth. Because it is a colorful palette, I think it will work. Let me know in the comment section if you have deep skin tone, how does this palette work on your skin, because that will help everyone else as well. Very good quality so far. Again, I will have my final thoughts and a more thorough review once I do my second video of this palette, when I create 3 more looks, and stay tuned for that. But so far, so good. That's it for this video. I really like this palette. I'm so glad I got it, and I cannot wait to play more with it. Let me know in the comment section below what you think of this palette and of my new setting, my look today. What do you think? Let me know. Spill all the tea. How have you been? All links to similar videos will be down below in the description box for you to be accessing them easily. I hope you have a wonderful day, wonderful night. I will see you in my next one. In the meantime, don't flop.